welcome. Real quick, man. I know a lot of us are looking for better ways to get more sales on eBay. So I'm logging into eBay. I'm going to show you guys. I'm working with Guy Rudder in the Facebook group. If you guys haven't joined the Facebook group, check it out. Guy Rudder is one of the guys who's real good at finding interesting ways to market. He's actually run out of cards. He's sold so well. I'm sure he's got a few left, but you get my point. So I'm going to show you guys what he walked me through. I've been doing this myself, but I thought it'd be really powerful to make a video. So I'm going to show it to you guys here. So you're going to click sell, get yourself logged in. I'm already logged in. You're going to click marketing. Then we're going to look at advertising. Okay. So when you scroll down here, these are my numbers, right? 2.1 million impressions, 1,500 clicks, sold. Now mind, these numbers are how many cards have been looked at, clicked, all this kind of stuff off of promoted listings. Okay, so these are your buy it now specifically. So things that you put a set price on, things like this. A lot of different information. If you're ever curious, like what does it mean? Just click on the I and that will give you the information, total number sold within the 30 days based on the ones that are clicked on. So again, this comes down to very, very specifically comes down to the ones that are promoted and if they're being clicked. Now, if they get purchased, not promoted, because I've sold significantly more than $1,000 worth of cards, that actually, you don't get charged for that. It doesn't show up on these reports, right? But you can see here, if we're looking in this lower, or I guess right side of your screen, 24 impressions. That was an ad that I set up that Guy Rudder talked me through. You can see it ran for less than a day, right? I was just using it to learn how to do this and automate it. So down here you can see November 9th through May 6th, 2024, 4.3 million. I tweaked it a little bit and you can see I've got 2.8 million from January 4th to May 6th. So I've made it more effective and I'm going to show you guys what I do. So first things first, we're going to click right here. It says create new campaign. You guys can't see the whole thing, but right here it'll say create new campaign. Now, if you click get started, it's going to push you towards things that are going to charge you a little bit more money. eBay's still a company looking to make money. So let's click cancel. We're going to click get started over here. And we're going to set up an automated rule. So you can set up a simple rule, easy setup, add rate controls, automated rules-based listings. So the goal with rules-based listing is it's going to search every day and see if there's anything that's not in that rule, and it's going to add things to that rule as I post. So if I ever forget to add promoted listing to any of my new posts, it will automatically add it. Bulk, you could add it to your CSV, your .csv files, which is you uploading a bunch of cards or a bunch of items to eBay. So for this one, I'm going to show you guys how to do automated. The reason why is it applies to everything, right? So I'm going to call this my 3%. We're going to start this today. We're going to run it continuously, so you don't need to change anything there. I want this to encompass everything. So everything. So as of right now, it's saying that I have 5,000 qualified listings. Now, dynamic ad rate, they suggest this. Anything eBay suggests, assume that part of the reason they're suggesting it is they make more money. So if you were to do this, which you can, and I'm going to walk you through how it would work. You can say, look, they want you to do 25% cap, which means that eBay can charge you on top of the 12.5 to 15% they charge you per sale, an additional 25%, right? I've seen some people and they've said, hey, I'm not doing this advertising stuff. They took 30% of my sale, right? Because you gave them permission to do it, right? So on this, in my opinion, you never go above 5. This is just my opinion. It depends largely on your product. You know, if you had a business where you were producing something and you go, look, I'm going to price it in a way where, you know, I can afford to do 30% in discounts and still be profitable. That's a different scenario. We're talking for this sports cards, right? And as of right now, we're giving away 15%, up to 15%, depending on how your sales are on eBay. I wouldn't exceed 20%, right? At 20%, you start getting into an area where I go, geez, I don't know if I'm really even making any money at that point, right? So you can click on this. It says set the maximum percentage of the sale you're willing to spend. Okay. So that exceeds your normal amount, right? So I'm saying up to 20%. This right here says, plus or minus 1%, right? So for me, I would set this at plus or minus 2%, okay? So worst case, it's going to go 22%, and then it can go down from there. Now, I'm not going to do dynamic because I've been testing just running it at 3%, and I've been pretty successful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click fixed rate here. We're going to get rid of dynamic. It wants to do 9%. I don't need 9%. I'm just going to do 3%. Now, right here on the right pops up, consider an ad rate of 5% or higher, right? So I believe that sports cards get looked at a ton. You guys saw I had nearly little over 4 million views just from these ads, right? That's great. That's amazing. It works. I'm getting a decent amount of sales from that. Even if you say, look, you're only getting 20 or 30 a month, that's on top of my normal sales where somebody was looking for something and found something that I had. And I can show you guys, if you're ever curious, my sales over the course of a month if you guys want to see those so you can compare it. But the bottom line is this: you would take an additional hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of views on your items. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click launch. Okay, again, am I comfortable with this? Qualifying listings. Double check that. Make sure that a lot of your listings qualify, right? I haven't changed any of this. You could change the rules and make it to only less expensive stuff or only more expensive stuff, right? Like you could say, look, I only want items over $500 to qualify for this, right? So you can make any decision you want and you can tweak stuff up however you want, right? Like I could say that this goes up to $500, right? Which would cut out a few of them. And then I could create a different rule for items over $500 because maybe items over $500, you're willing to go 25%, right? I don't know. And I'm not going to tell you how to make those changes. I'm going to tell you that this is a ridiculously easy way to make sure that you have a little bit of advertising on every single one of your buy it nows. Again, I'm advertising just at a 3% rate. It's going to take me personally from 12.5 to 15.5, right? If you're at 15%, it'll take you to 18%. But this is better in the sense of if you're selling a $10 card, you're giving away an extra 30 cents. Or sorry, I guess your $10 card, you're giving away, an extra 30 cents. If you're selling a $100 card, you're giving away an extra $3. Either way, it's far better than saying I'm going to discount my shipping, get rid of all that, or doing a 10% off on all cards. Because what this does is you're paying the money to the person who controls the algorithm, which is eBay. Now, would it be better to give a discount to customers? In theory, in your head, in my head, I go, yeah, I would rather knock 5% off and give somebody a discount if they want the card. The big thing is that if they don't see it, you can't make that deal anyway. And so by doing this, I am telling eBay's algorithm that, hey, move me up in the algorithm, and I'm paying for the right to do that. So the higher this number is, right, if I was to go 5%, not 54, sorry, 5%, I would move up in the number of times I'm going to be seen by potential buyers, right? Again, I'm setting mine at 3%. I've had good success. So we're going to click launch. If you guys have any questions about what I just said there, don't hesitate to ask. So keep campaigns automatically updating dynamic ad rate. I just did that, right? Increase external traffic with offsite ads so you can actually buy ads, right? I wouldn't suggest that until you get pretty big. You can see here, congrats, you successfully launched a 3% campaign. You can see here, and you can pay attention to this if you're curious, but once you jump in here and you see, you can see your click-through rates, your clicks, sales conversions, and you can see that I'm down across the board. The only thing I'm up on is my return on investment. So I'm up 2%, meaning I make 40% more than what I spend is what they're insinuating, right? But everything else is down across the board. And that's because I was tweaking my ads, I think. So right here, you can see while we're working on your request, you will not be able to make any additional changes to the campaign. So right now, it's applying this 3% to all 5,000 cards I currently have posted. Well, 5,000 items, mostly cards. I think a few sealed boxes, things like this. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Again, graded investors. We do a lot of things. We do, buying, selling, trading within the group. We do breaks. We also help you out with sending cards into PSA. But this is a big component for me. I want to make sure that you guys are getting great information. At the end of the day, however you like to collect is how you like to collect. But if you're trying to figure out how to get more sales on eBay, I think it's important. I think it's important for us to support you in that, to challenge you, to give you information that you don't already have. And this is just a really great way to very quickly make sure that you are getting yourself pushed up in the eBay algorithm. So if you guys have any questions, again, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to help. Appreciate you guys taking the time, and I'll talk to you guys soon. I'm out.